Okay, now I have compositions of functions. So we have f of g of x. This is the same thing we were working on before. It's just a different way to write it. And when I say before, I mean the last lesson. So we'll have f of g of x. That's all this means. I work the inside to the outside. And here I would have g of f of x. All right? So if I'm looking at f of g of x, this is the same thing as f of g of x, f composite g. That's what this circle means. So I'm going to put x in, I'm going to put 2 in for x into my g first. So g of 2 is going to be 2 squared minus 3 times 2 plus 2. 2 squared is 4, minus 6 plus 2. 4 minus 6, negative 2 plus 2, 0. So now that I know what g of 2 is, I'm now going to find f of 0, which would be 0 plus 1. So f of 0 is 1. Therefore, f composite g of 2 is 1. Try the next one. G composite f of negative 1. This is the same thing as g of f of negative 1. So let's find f of negative 1 first. That's going to be 2 times negative 1 plus 1. 2 times negative 1 is negative 2 plus 1 would be negative 1. So f of negative 1 is negative 1. Now I need to find g of negative 1. G of negative 1 will be negative 1 squared. Ooh, that is not enough space. Let's find some more space over here. Guess we'll come down. G of negative 1. Negative 1 squared minus 3 times negative 1 plus 2. Negative 1 squared would be 1. Negative 1 times negative 1 would be positive 3 plus 2 would be 6. So since g of negative 1 is 6, I know that g composite f of negative 1 is positive 6. All right, moving down. F composite h of 4. Well, h of 4 would be 4 minus 5 over 2. 4 minus 5 is negative 1. Negative 1 over 2 is negative 1/2. So h of 4 is negative 1/2. Now that I have h of 4, I'm going to find f of negative 1/2. Negative 1/2 would be 2 times negative 1/2 plus 1. 2 times negative 1/2 is negative 1 plus 1 is 0. So f composite h of 4 is 0. Now let's find g of 3. G of 3 here would be 3 squared minus 3 times 3 plus 2. 3 squared is 9 minus 9 plus 2. G of 3 is 2. Now we'll find h of 2 be 2 minus 5 over 2. 2 minus 5 would be negative 3 over 2. So h composite g of 3